Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. It's Christmas, and of course, we are here to help you get the most out of your Christmas decor. And today, we're talking about making an easy Christmas tablescape. Joining us in studio is Gillian Caesar, florist and founder of Flowers by G. Good morning, Gillian.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Natasha, for having me here. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Season's greetings to everyone.
Well, we're ready to really manifest the Christmas energy in this space by creating a tablescape.
Because Christmas is about food.
I mean, it is about food, that's for sure. I mean, I like to think it's about, among other things, and eating food in a nice setting is very important.
Family, friends. And so what we're going to do in this segment is talk about how we can make our table look really beautiful.
Okay.
And so we sit in a space that's really lovely.
Of course.
So other than just having the plates and whatnot.
You know, before we get into that, let's talk about that very briefly, because the plates, because one of the things that I couldn't help but notice with these.
The chargers.
The chargers.
Yes.
Would you say this is really important when it comes to setting that nice Christmas
space? Yeah, because you know, back in the day we would use placemats.
Yes.
So these essentially replace the placemats, but provide a little bit of glamour. And these are very simple chargers, by the way. I mean, you can, and chargers now no longer just plastic. You have really nice glass chargers and so, but they just add to the elegance of the table. So even for a dinner at home with friends, you put your chargers and your plates down, and you can put a little accent on it. This is for an informal setting.
An informal setting.
Because your tablescape, your setting can be formal or informal. So we do in a very informal setting with our cutlery or plates, a dinner plate or a salad plate. We'll bring in our glasses and glassware after. But we're going to focus on centerpiece at the moment.
All right, so let's focus on our centerpiece. What are we doing first?
So what we're doing, usually, we'll start with our base, with our foliage, and we're using a combination of our Christmas garland and some permanent foliages, right? And what this will do is help to anchor all the pieces that we're going to use. So you get your piece of, this is just about 2 feet long, and the thing is, your tablescape, your garland could be as long as you want.
Right.
It could take the length of the table or just a shorter one. So we just fluff up our garland because it would help to anchor our pieces. I'm going to start by putting in.
Oh, these are long.
Yes. So this is a lovely. Make sure we take off the tags.
Very important.
So this actually is the permanent botanicals version to silver dollar eucalyptus.
Okay.
Right? And the good thing is now we get pieces that really look
authentic.
Very much so. So we're going to stick it in.
Let me move these here. Something I find fascinating is you said this is informal.
Yes.
And one can only imagine what the formal is going to be looking like.
The formal tablescape really, it's where you have several courses and that kind of thing. So,
okay, so essentially our tablescape can reflect the sort of dinner we're having as well.
Exactly.
All right.
So now what you just want to make sure, sometimes, you know, the leaves are, so you just turn them around. So you don't see the back of the leaf on your, so if you see any of those that...
Okay, so let's turn these around. And the beautiful thing about this is that you can reuse, because this is not something that's a permanent fixture.
So just to make sure that when you finish your beautiful tablescape and you're taking a picture of it, you're not seeing the back of the leaves.
Right. Very important.
Yes. And we won't have a breakage on that kind of, we don't have to worry about leaves breaking. Yeah.
And you can feel how sturdy the base is as well, which definitely is going to make a difference.
So one of the things in my training as a floral designer, you know, we were trained that in any piece you use 3 different types of foliage.
Okay.
Because it gives different texture, it gives, you know, depth to the piece. So I'm using my 3, the garland, my silver dollar eucalyptus, and this spray that I purchased that I quite like. And the beauty about this is that it's your design.
Right.
So
original.
It reflects your style, your taste, your decor.
And your theme for the year.
And your theme.
So every year you do something different, and you can reuse the same pieces.
Exactly.
Because this is something that's very important as well with these things. Christmas decor, it really is an investment.
It is.
Yeah?
Because, I mean, the price now, it's not like, so just before, so here we have our base.
Okay.
Right?
This is just the base.
This is the base, and we'll just build from here.
Okay.
And like I say, the price before, pieces would average back in the day 10 maybe, or 10 or less than $10. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
So we have our base, and what we will do now is create what we would call our line. Again, you can buy any kind of spray that you would like. Line meaning this is a horizontal piece.
Okay.
So you want to kind of continue to extend it. So you're going to use like your balls and stick it in at the end.
So to be fair, we have your base. You said you use 3 different things, but now we're bringing in more sprigs.
So now we're starting to put in our accent pieces.
Okay.
So we start with our balls that help extend.
Just to give it some length and some body as well, because that's one of the things you notice as you're building up. It's definitely taking up more space.
And you're sort of layering up, yeah? And then we put, your accent and your focus will always be here. And for that, I'm just using, so the flowers, they would come like this, closed, but you open them up.
Of course.
Right?
Beautiful.
And just stick it in, because this is going to be your focal.
One of the things you mentioned, of course, is this is your design. And I love the fact that you would have taken, not necessarily everybody always goes for the gold and the red, but here you have that nice sort of icy look.
That's right. And just to give some contrast, actually, this mimics there's a foliage called lamb's ear. It looks very much like this, and it just helps to give some contrast in terms of the colors and so. And because we continue with our red theme, so
beautiful.
And you make sure it's balanced. So what you do on one end, you do on the other. It's pretty symmetrical.
Very symmetrical.
Yeah?
Now, how much would you say something like this would run somebody to purchase the items and build?
That's a good question. I mean, pieces average $25 up.
Okay.
So depending on, and it depends on your taste, whether you want something that looks nice and sparkly, and so it really depends, but it averages $25 and up per piece. And so the more that you purchase, the higher it's going to get. And the beauty of this as well is if you have a garland at home that you're not using, you can cut it, you can do it, and you can also do numerous ones. And the other thing too is that, so pieces like this obviously will be on the higher end.
Have frills, lovely.
Exactly, and that is really to tie back to the white in the candles.
Oh, we're putting candles on this too.
Oh yes, we are.
Okay.
But what you can do is break them down into components.
Right.
So you get a little more out of it. And of course, you see, in no time, we have.
Well, this is absolutely beautiful. Again, with the pearls playing off of, what did you say it was? Lambs?
Of the lamb's ear.
Lamb's ear.
And then the candles.
All right, so we still have on the table, yet to be used, candles. Some baubles.
And yes.
And glasses.
So
let's just see this magic come to life and see exactly what happens.
And then and you can help me. We can.
Okay. Yes, I'm ready. I've been waiting for this moment all my life.
So you just position the balls, wherever you think you would like to have.
I feel like there's already so much going on here, so I probably want to go somewhere.
Yep.
Here. Can I do this?
Yep.
Are we doing like this? Or?
Oh no, we could just stick it there.
Okay, I'm just sticking it in.
Yeah, just sticking it in. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And so basically, I'll just rest this here for now, and we want to put in our candles.
Right.
So go to the curio, take out some wine glasses, and
interesting. And then one on the other end here. Again, very symmetrical, as you would have mentioned before. This entire process.
And no dinner is complete without candles.
Of course.
And because now they're battery operated, we do not have to worry about
safety first.
And then we just, our place settings, we put them into place, and depending on how many at the table, we adjust accordingly. And then we put down our wine glass and our, whether it's for sorrel, for water, for...
Well, this is going here.
Yeah. And of course you replicate your settings.
Right.
You could put, use one of the pieces. So we had these berries in, and you just for a little accent.
And look how quickly you got this done as well.
Very quickly.
No time at all.
And like I said, you can add to it. So if you want to extend it all the way to the length of the table, you want to add more to it. There's so much that you can do, because it really is your creation.
And you can also go up as well if you're interested.
If you're interested, you can go up, but just you want to keep conversation. But yes, a little height can also work.
What would you say for Christmas this year is trending when it comes to tablescapes? Is this the kind of setting that people are looking at?
I think so.
Okay.
And the thing about it is, the colors are not only the traditional red colors. It can, when you go to shop now, I mean, you have colors ranging from the pinks, the oranges.
Yes.
The purples, so and then, or even just the whole glitzy kind of look, you know. So it really is personal to you.
It really is.
What your decor is, how you want to feel with your family, with your friends when you sit for dinner. But you know, when you sit at something like this, you know, you have your meal out and you just feel like Christmas.
Definitely, we're feeling like Christmas, and we got this done in less than in no time at all. In about 10 minutes, we were able to have this created.
And it's also a project if you're doing it at home.
Yes.
It's a project that you could involve the kids in. If your friends get together for dinner, you know, so everybody can be a part of it. So if you want to make it a
family thing. So we have a Christmas dinner and we build the tablescape together before we sit down.
Lay the table. You know, we used to do that back in the day when we sat and had a meal, and you lay the table and that kind of thing. And so we kind of bring back that tradition of sitting and having a meal with no phones at the table.
Oh, that's a very good idea. Put a little basket right there, and everybody's phones go in the basket.
So we have conversation and, you know, and just chat, and I guess be grateful that we've been able to sit at the end of a year and have a meal.
Something that is so important. And we're so grateful to have you on the show with us this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me here.
We appreciate it. And you've definitely, I know, at least for me and for everybody here, you've made our Christmas morning a little bit brighter as well. Gillian Caesar joins us this morning, Florist and Flowers by G. Make sure that you follow her on all social media platforms and see how you can change your Christmas this year with an easy Christmas tablescape. We'll be back in a few moments.
New curtains up and down today, little